Welcome to Cheaper Than Dirt videos. Today I'm going to go over replacing a blade engagement cable, and also in another mower replacing the blade brake pad. Alright, so here is a kit that I bought for the blade brake system, and it comes with the blade engagement cable, and it comes with the bracket which has the brake pad on it. This mower here has the broken brake pad, and we're going to do a video on replacing the blade engagement cable for this mower. As you can see, it's broken, so we're going to replace that. And this kit has both parts I need for each mower. Alright, let's see what's in the kit here. Got our blade engagement cable. The part number you're going to want is 1331998, and that engages the blades. And the kit comes with the bracket for the blade brake, and this is the pad right here. This is what broke when the idler pulley broke. It spun around and hit that, and basically just broke this whole piece off. And so unfortunately you just can't replace this. You got to buy the whole bracket. And so I bought the kit, and we're going to fix both these mowers. One's got the blade engagement cable that snapped, and this one's got the broken blade brake. And let's see what else is in here. And what else do we got in here? Got that. Let's see. Okay, we got some. And they gave us 2 zip ties, because we are going to have to cut the zip ties off to get the cable back on there. So we've got a zip tie right here, and another zip tie right here. Alright, so let's just get started. Okay, now remember, when you tilt your mower on its side, make sure you tilt it with the gas tank up so it doesn't spill. It's designed to be able to be serviced on this end. So as long as you tilt it with the gas tank up, you'll be fine. Now the blade engagement cable has a spring. Let's see if we can get in there and see it. Here we go. There's the spring, and it connects to this brake pad mechanism right there, that bracket. There it is. Yeah, you can see it hooks right there. And basically, when you disengage the blades, the spring will pull the brake pad bracket up against the brake pulley there to stop the blade from spinning. Alright, so here's your blade engagement cable. And this is what you use to adjust the tightening of it. And it runs right up here, and you can see where the spring is up against the blade brake bracket. But here's the brake pad right here, and it runs against this main pulley for the blades. Alright, so let's cut these zip ties off and get started. Alright, here's the new cable, and we're going to install it right through here. So after we got the zip ties cut off, we're going to loosen up this adjustment bracket. Alright, now we just need to unhook the spring from the brake bracket. So we're going to have to tilt the mower back on its side to get to that part. slides right off the end of that. Pretty simple. All right, let's tilt the mower back up. Okay, and we'll pull this old cable out. You can see it runs around the back of the engine here. This bracket here we're going to have to remove, because as you can see there's not enough space for the spring and everything to fit through. So let's do that. Alright, so we got the bracket off of there. Now we can get this cable out. Alright. Now we've got this little plastic thing here. That just pulls out. Alright, so now we'll just remove Wow, this is really hard to do one-handed. Alright, so we remove just this cable here. This is our blade engagement cable. Let's get this other one back in there so we don't have too much of a mess. Alright. Alright. So it looks like we're going to have to loosen up the off switch. Alright, so okay, so we gotta loosen up the kill switch here to get the cable out because it's in this bracket. So let's get the tools for that. Okay, now unfortunately when you loosen up the kill switch here, you also loosen up your transmission cable. And so now when we replace the blade, or the blade engagement cable, once we get that done, then we're going to have to readjust our transmission cable to make sure that it's in the proper position. Alright, so to remove this, it has a little Alright, so there's a little push nut on here that we need to remove. And there's a little plastic piece in here that we need to take out. And you just kind of move it up and it will pop out. Alright, so we need to get this off. Alright, once you get the push nut off, make sure you don't lose it, because there wasn't one in the pack here. I just used a screwdriver to pry it off real carefully because you don't want to damage it. Alright, so now let's install the new cable. Okay, we got the new spring on here for the cable. It's hooked on. So basically you're going to reverse what you did when you took the cable out. Alright, let's roll this back up so you can see what we're doing here. Alright, so we got our kill switch back in place. We got all of our cables back in there. We got this clamp back. And we've got this rear bracket here down. And we've got this bracket. So now it's time to adjust it so it's at the right tension. And that's what this bracket's for right here. Alright, what you want to do is you want to pull this cable this way until you feel a firm tension. And once you get it there, then you're going to tighten it. And I'll show you how it operates. Let's see if we can get a good view here. This is going to be a little tough. Here we go. Alright, Alright, so now when you move the lever, you can see the blade brake engage and disengage. And that's exactly what you want. So now we need to adjust the transmission cable, because we had to loosen it up. So we had to loosen the kill switch to get the blade brake cable replaced, and when we did that we also loosened up the transmission cable. So now let's adjust that. Alright, to adjust the transmission cable, you want your personal pace bar, you want it all the way back. And then you're going to take this cable here and you want to pull it just enough to get a firm tension there. That'll be our first start to adjusting it. So let me tighten that down. Alright, so we tighten that down. So let's give that a try. Okay, I need to make a small little adjustment to the blade engagement cable that we just replaced. It's a little loose. It doesn't catch when I engage the blades. It's not catching as quick as it should. So it's just going to take a little minor adjustment. Basically we just need to loosen this up here and then take this cable and we're just going to pull it just slightly tighter than it was. Alright, here's the broken cable. You can see this is the broken end here, so somewhere in the middle of this thing it broke. But there we go. Works just great. Got our zip ties back in place. I need to cut the ends off and it's ready for service. Okay, with this mower I have a broken blade brake pad, and the only way you can fix the pad is to change out the whole bracket. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Alright, what you want to do is tilt the lawnmower up on its side. Make sure the gas tank end is up. So right here, see if I can get it in focus here. This is the bolt right here that you're going to want to loosen up. It's a 1/2 inch. Alright, the brake tensioning spring was easy to get off. Unfortunately, the blade engagement spring I can't get off. I have to loosen the cable first. But instead of going through all that trouble, I think I'm just going to remove that bolt and see if I can pull the bracket off with that spring on there. Let me give that a try. Okay, we got the blade engagement spring off. Took a little bit of work, but we got it. Alright, and here's the bracket. And you want to make sure that you keep these parts together as they come off. So these washers went on the back side of the bracket here, and then these washers here went on the front side. Alright, so we're gonna have to take this pulley off and put it on the new bracket, and you can see here where the blade brake pad is broken. So let's get the new bracket and switch that pulley over. Alright, here is the new bracket. has this little rubber bushing here. Here's the old one. So we're going to slide it right on here. Alright, got that on there. Now let's take this old pulley off and put the new one, put it on the new bracket. Okay, we'll put the bolt in right here on the new bracket. Put our pulley back in place. Let's get this nut back on. Alright, we'll just tighten it down. Alright, there we go. Now you can see the difference. You got the broken blade brake pad and you got the new bracket. Unfortunately, you can see you have to buy a whole bracket just to replace this. So now let's just go and reinstall the new bracket and just basically reverse the steps. Okay, so we're gonna put this bracket back on, the new one. Basically what we're going to do is get it into place, and we're going to hook the blade engagement spring back on, and that's going to be the most tricky part, is trying to get that back on, and then we'll install the bracket. Okay, we got the blade engagement spring back on the hook there on the bracket. So now we need to reinstall the washers. Make sure that this nylon washer here is up against the bracket. You want your nylon brush, you want your nylon washers to be touching the bracket. Alright, so this one's going to go on the back side. Let's see if I can get a picture of it right here on this bolt here. Alright, there we go. Okay, now let's put the bracket right up here, right on this bolt. See, I can't do this one-handed. Alright, hold on. Okay, we got the bracket back on the bolt there, and so now we need to get this nylon washer and this nut here, which has a bushing. So it goes, let's see if I can get it focused here. Get it focused. Alright, there we go. Alright. Goes right on there. Okay, and there you go. Now we need to put the nut on it and tighten it down a little bit. Alright, we got the nut here, a little more than hand tightened. It's the bracket still, you can still move the bracket around. We don't want it too tight yet, because we got to get the brake tensioning spring right here, and it goes in right where this hole is, right up here. So one end goes there and the other end goes right here. Alright, we've got the brake tensioning spring back on. Got it on right there. So now let's tighten down this bolt right here. All right, there you go. Totally reinstalled. Pretty simple fix. The hardest part was just getting the blade engagement cable, getting that spring put on the hook. That took a little bit of finesse and maneuvering around because it's a tight spot. But there you go. So once you get that tightened down really good, here's the other end. Right there, that's your 1/2 inch. So all you need is just a 1/2 inch wrench or 1/2 inch sockets, and you can do this job yourself. Okay, let's flip the lawnmower back over, right side up, and fire it up and test it out. All right, you can see the brake pad right there up against the brake pulley. So to tighten the blade engagement cable, you need to loosen this bolt right here, and you're gonna put more tension on the line. You're gonna pull it that way. Just add a little bit more tension, not a whole lot, just enough to tighten up the response there. All right, add a little bit more tension there. Let's start it up and see how it works. Thank you for watching Cheaper Than Dirt videos. Please like and subscribe. It helps our channel to be noticed. Thank you.